There will never be a good time for this video, so here it goes. Last year in 2022, May of last year, I lost my mother to cancer. Which I was helping her with for 6, 7 years, my family and I. My mom decided to take the natural road, so everything that I had discovered, I had done a lot of research. I had looked into a lot of things, into a lot of organic things, into a lot of homeopathy, naturopath things that I had discovered. I had watched people die from cancer. I watched my friend's grandpa slowly die from cancer, and I remember he told me one thing. He told me, "Y'all bear with me, man. I've never put myself out there. I've never talked to anybody other than my family really about this. Certain close friends I know. Other than that, nobody knows. Who cares, right? But so I watched my friend's one of my best friend's grandpa died from cancer, and one thing that he told me was he was like this radiation. He used to tell me, he's like, this radiation, man. It's like, he's like, I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy. You know, he's like, I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy. He said that it feels like you're on fire all on the inside. He's like, and you just can't put it out. You know. And I always remembered that when he passed. So when the universe surprised me, I was doing great. Everything was great. Everything was lovely. And plans to, move out of state, go to a different place. Boom, you get hit. You know. And my mom told me she might have cancer, and when I felt her breast, based on things that I discovered and people's cancer in their body that I had felt before, like I knew that that's what it was. Even though she said that, it's crazy. She was like, it's not that or whatever. Time goes on. Time goes on. Time goes on. Little by little, I start to awaken her consciousness. I was studying consciousness. I was learning how to be a better human, learning to be better in my life. And when she started going through it, I had these things that I was learning. I had to kind of teach her about this, the ascension, and ascension and levels of consciousness and of awareness and 3D, 5D, lower dimensional thought forms and things like that. I had a teacher, even though at the beginning, she was like, "You're crazy." My mom was a very Mexican proud woman, strong, the strongest person I've ever known. She's my hero. It's not easy to make this video, but I'm going through it right now. So my mom always wanted me to put my voice out there. So I thought today's the best day to go ahead and do it, man. Do something with this pain that I've been carrying. Even though it's been a year, still she's my best friend. I only had me and my sisters. I had two siblings, two younger sisters, and older brothers. We're good. We're strong. My mom was used to tell me, she's like, "Oh, you're crazy," and all these things that you're learning, da 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 da. And I was like, I used to tell her, we used to have these little conversations back and forth, and just so you know, my mom looked like a little bit. Let's see if we can get this in the light. You know, I've never made a video before, nothing on YouTube. I never wanted this. I never wanted to be out there, you know, want any attention or anything like that. It's my beautiful mom, Maria. My sister gave me that as a to put on my little keychain, you know, so I could always see her. You know, that's when she was young, very young, you know, very healthy. Sorry guys, never made a video before. Bear with me. So time goes on, years pass, things get worse, you know. Our conversations, you know, get a little bit more heated, you know, as her stress levels go up, her pain goes up as the thing progresses, you know, as we see in this thing change. Things are getting rough, you know, things are getting rough. There's no time really for nothing but to study hard, hit it hard, hit it hard, hit it hard, you know. There's no time for bullshit. There's no time for let's go over here, let's go club, let's go, none of that shit. The few friends that I chilled with, the few friends are my brothers, you know, the ones that really knew what I was going through were my brothers. I always like to carry things. I was always like my mom, you know, comfortable with myself, comfortable by myself, and just like to kind of deal with things by myself. The only one that I would bring in that I loved and I could confide completely was my mother. You know, she was my right hand. She was my best friend. She's my hero. Taught me everything. Gave me all the love that I needed, all the love that I'm missing right now as I was going through a little sad moment, you know, which prompted me to go ahead and just turn the camera off, turn the camera on, and let's get it cracking. There's never a good time. There's never a good place. Always wanted to, you know, whatever. Things get hard. It's time to really grind and really look into this and really go hard. We went from stem cells. We went to all the vitamins, all the minerals. You know, so many things that we were doing. Herbs. We did Gerson therapy. We did so many things. Stem cells in Mexico, which I'll talk about later. You know, if I do make more videos. You know, I know my guys have been pushing me to go ahead and just put my voice out there, put my face out there. Go ahead and get the story out there. Things get hard, right? Finally, years later, I have my mom on the right path, but things have gotten hard. You know, the cancer has busted through. It's ate the skin. Now it's external. You could see, you know, you can see what's going on. You can see the shit's serious, you know. So you can see the shit's happening, you know. Long story short, towards the end of her life, her arm swelled up. You know, we were doing good with the tumor or whatever. Her arm swelled up, lymphedema. Something new I had never learned before. I was like, what the, you know, what is this? So learn. Let's get to learning. In that time, I don't know how many times I lost God in this journey, you know what I mean? But he was always there. He always held me up. He always, we kept our relationship, you know, became stronger. Realized God had nothing to do with this. Sometimes our choices and our lifestyle choices or whatever can affect us and affect our lives. Even though my mom never smoked, she never drank, she never did none of that. She was still affected, which that's where my anger came from, you know, towards God at that time, you know. I would tell God, you know, if my mom never smoked, she never drank, she always helped everybody, she was always a good person, she was a good mother, she was a great mother. Why is she sick? I used to tell God, why is she sick? If she did all the stuff supposedly that could make us sick, why is she sick? Why is this happening? I wouldn't even threaten God. I told him, I was like, I've never asked you for anything. I never asked for myself, Lord. I was like, but if my mom dies at the end of her life, I was like, at the end of her life, I was desperate, grasping at straws, grasping at this, grasping at that. I told God, I was like, I'll never do anything for anybody ever again or for you ever again, I was like, I'll never do anything ever again, for you. I'll never open my mouth. I was like, I was wrong. I thought I knew what I was doing, but, I was like, apparently it's gotten out of control and it's gotten out of what my biological quantum computer can handle. It's like, it's above me. I would always ask God, I would always pray. I would be like, why? Why is she sick? Why is she sick? I don't understand. And God would just say it's between me and her. The universe would tell me just practice non-attachment. Practice non-attachment. Practice non-attachment. And I was being prepared all these years to be without my mom. I knew one day she would have to go turn in this body that we've all been granted, and turn in the body, And even though I was practicing non-attachment, because the happiness has to come from you. So if it's not coming from you, then if you're always depending on somebody else to make you happy, then what happens when the universe takes that person away from you? What now? Right? This is what practicing non-attachment is. This is why the joy coming from within is very important. It's what I've learned on my journey. I'm 42 years old. I look young, thank God. I try to take care of myself as best I can. We don't do it 100%. We fail. We're human, but we're trying and we're trying our hardest, It's hard but possible. So, at the end with this lymphedema, the cancer had just about ate up her right breast, her right torso, and made its way sorry guys, bear with me. Never talked about this. The cancer had already ate away part of her right torso, her breast, everything had ate all the tissue, all the skin, everything was exposed, bone was exposed, everything was exposed. So you could understand that there's no skin, right? So the bleeding, right? How? The infection, right? How? It got so complicated, the situation with this arm, the swelling. You have lymph nodes that go up under your arm. They go up under your arm, and they're not supposed to be clogged. It's kind of like a drainage system or whatever, and it's not supposed to be clogged. But the swelling had caused it's like a hose, right? That's being like pressure applied like a hose, right? You bend the hose and it cuts off the circulation, right? Kind of like the same thing. She had an emergency one time at my little sister's house, because by then she was staying at my little sister's house. She almost lost my mom so many times but her faith was so strong. Her faith was so strong, her faith, that everybody that we'd see, doctors, everybody couldn't understand how she was still alive. They couldn't understand. And all I could think about was, all they could say is, finally when I got with this good doctor, Dr. Armando, my brother, my family. Love you, brother. Thank you for helping me. I had called him, 2-3 years towards the end of my mom's life, something like that, to help me. I asked one day, I was like, God, this is above me. Send me somebody to assist me. Send me somebody that knows Spanish, knows English, has all the degrees on the wall that can prove everything that I'm trying to say to save my mom's life. Boom, God sent him. Boom, found him on the internet. Boom, first First search I look for, boom, it's the person that I'm looking for, and that understands energy, frequency, vibration, energy, the physical, the 3D, the medical side, anatomy, everything that the medical field entails. Um, helped me a lot, that guy. He helped me. My brother, he helped me a lot. Him and his wife, they opened their home to us. When COVID came and everything closed, they opened their home to us. My mom was going through it so bad. He was like, you keep bringing her here. It's like, doesn't matter that the world shut down. I'm going to keep helping you. I know I haven't called you yet, Dr. Armando, because I'm going through my healing process. But I'm going to reach out to you, brother. I'm coming through it now. I'm stepping out into the world like everybody wanted me to. Go ahead and just say what's on your mind. Put it out there, and let the universe take care of it. This is for all those people that are going through a similar situation, I have no kids. At the present time, I have no girlfriend. Shout out to that girl that was there. Shout out to my ex-girlfriend that was there during my hard times. She came into my life 2 years before my mother passed and held space and gave me love. Did that for me. We weren't perfect. We weren't always the best, but she was there for me in that aspect. She gave me that. The love. She gave me love that I needed. She gave me love. I will always have love for that girl. Now, even though we've gone our separate ways, I will always have love for that girl. A deep, deep, deep gratitude for her coming into my life, because it was unexpected. It was in a disaster. She came and she was my girlfriend. I'll always have love for her, even though we've gone our separate ways. Shout out to you, girl. You know who you are. Anyway, so finally towards the end, my mom, just to make the video a little bit shorter, man, I've never made a video. I don't care about all this. I was just going through a little hard time right now. You know what I mean? So we out here. We out here. Houston, Texas. We're out here. I've been on the ascension path for years. Trying to holding the light. We're holding space for those people that are suffering and going through it. I held light for my mom for many years. Held space for my family. Held space for my siblings when we were all going through it. So I always had something new to try with my mom. It was always, okay, look, we got stem cells. Okay, we can try this. We can try that. We can try this. We can try that. I always had something. So finally, 2022, COVID passes everything. We go through the stroke, everything. We can't go to Mexico no more because we can't get stem cells no more because the border's closed. And I feel like the stem cells were really helping with her keep the cancer and the tumor in one spot. So the COVID comes, boom, shuts that down. So we can't go to Mexico no more. So boom, we're going through it, trying to figure it out. Like, what do we do now? My mom's getting weaker. Her arms start swelling up. And I'm watching this. I'm like her doctor, I'm like, the only thing we're not going to doctors. We're not going to medical doctors. When this doctor came into my life, he was already at MD Anderson. He used to work at MD Anderson. He got out of there and was doing the natural healing, the naturopath healing, and he was helping me or whatever. So my mom had no primary care doctor or anything. I was basically kind of like her doctor, even though I had dropped out in 9th grade. You know what I mean? Like I was just a person, trying to help my mother, my best friend, and when she trusted me, when it started, I was like, well, we have two roads we could try. We could try this road that they've already told me about, or we could try these things that are like less invasive and things that could probably be less painful, less invasive. Let's just say it like that. So she chose the nature side, the nature route. So that was her choice, even though I feel guilty for the condition that my mom ended up in, because we were guiding this whole thing. We were steering the boat. I was steering the boat, So, and I know it might, whatever, whatever, whatever. That's just how I feel at the moment. Maybe one day that pain it won't be there no more. But we get traumatized every time we look at my mom. It was I had never been a person. I was never wanted to be a doctor or anything like that. So this was difficult. We had to learn how to change her at the end, how to change her bandages, everything, how to clean her, how to everything. And it was a full-time task. Shout out to my sisters. Shout out to my brother-in-law. Shout out to my other brother-in-law. Love y'all, man. Thank y'all. Shout out to that girl. You know who you are. Shout out to you. You helped too. Shout out to my stepdad. That was there, that helped, even though we can barely look at this shit. It's my mother I was looking at, slowly dying in front of me. Gotta be pretty. I didn't think I was that strong. Never thought I was that strong. I guess I am. I'm still here. I guess we are. She showed me how to be strong. She told me what strength was. She was like, Mijo, if I can smile and be in this condition and go through life, she was like, what the hell do you have to complain about? She was right. Be grateful. A lot of people are not grateful. Be grateful that you're not sick. Be grateful that you have a house. Be grateful that you got people that support you. Be grateful that you have a roof over your head. Be grateful that you have food in your pantry, that you got food in the fridge. Be grateful, because tomorrow you might not have that. And what are you gonna do then? So be grateful. Be grateful, because the universe is the way of humbling you. Every day I try to be grateful. Every day I wake up thinking, another day, Father, to create, to make something happen, to figure out what we're doing, So at the end, my mom, we would talk about, I had never seen my mom with fear. So we would talk, we'd have long conversations. I'd talk to my mom for 10, 12, 13, 15 hours straight. We would just talk into the night because she couldn't sleep, The pain was too much. There was nothing that medication or anything could do for her. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. So, 2 months or so before my mother passes, we're having this conversation, and she says to me, she said, Mijo, isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy that I'm going to die because of this damn arm? And back then, my job was to hold space and to hold love and to have that faith, hold space for that person, that's in the dark, So I couldn't show any doubt. I couldn't show any emotion. I just had to be true in my convictions. But that day, I had nothing left to say. The situation had got so complicated that there was nothing else I could do. There was nothing else I could think about. There was nothing else I had. Nothing else I had. There was no plan B. There was no plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I had plans. I always had something else, but we had ran through everything in so many years. And the cancer was so invasive and then the COVID and not being able to do certain things and certain regimens that we were doing just. So we're having that conversation. I have nothing to say. And I'm like, Mom, you're not going to die because of the arm. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna, this is it. She's like, there's no way I don't see it. She's like, I've been strong with this or whatever. And, you know, we've been winning on this side or whatever. She's like, but this, I just can't take it no more. I can't take the pain. She's like, I'm ready to go. So I was like, okay. There's nothing I can say, but just hold space and be there for her. So gets to the point where she can't walk. We're bathing her. She can't go to the restroom. So you know what that entails. We have to try to some way to use our hands to try to get stuff from out of her. If you could just use your mind for that, you know? Use your imagination on this one. So it gets bad, plus the scar tissue and everything of the cancer, how it's eaten up and how her arm, everything is just, you know, it's just dying slowly. You could see it, you know, it's like there's no circulation. And they're like, you can't give her this. The blood clot might, you know, it might send the clot or whatever, you know, the clot or whatever into her brain. She can have a brain aneurysm. We can send it into her heart. She can have a heart attack, whatever. So it's like, damn. So now we can't do this. We can't do that. It's just a waiting game. It's just like, just praying. There's nothing else we could do. Plus the body is just destroyed at this point. It's just her strength and her will. It's just so powerful. So me and my stepdad, we're having shifts. Me and my sisters, we all live in 3 different houses, so we're having shifts to go take care of my mom at my other sister's house. 2 days on, 2 days on, 2 days on, and we're just going like that, you know, night and day, for whatever my mom needs. So finally, Mother's Day's come around, May 10th, 2022. I go see my mom. Me and that girl that was there for me. We go see my mom. I see my mom's condition. My sister had told me that something might have happened, that something changed. I feel like something happened. She had a heart attack. She had brain. Something happened to my mom. It wasn't her anymore. She couldn't talk. Sorry, y'all. She couldn't talk anymore. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. She was my heart. She is my heart. Continues forever to be my heart. Ripped my heart right out of my chest. She can't talk no more. We break down. Me and my 2 sisters that I've never seen break down before like that. We're passing out. We're trying to hold each other. I'm falling down. No, this is just falling down. We're coming to the awareness that we're trying to show her the gifts that it's over. Coming to that realization that it's a done deal. So my mom doesn't talk that whole day, but she's trying to hold a smile. She's trying to look. She's trying to look at the stuff that we gave her. She can't talk anymore. She can't move. So I know that's it, you know. So that day, me and my stepdad stay. So everybody's there at my sister's house. We're all there, but we stay. At 5 in the morning the next day, mom wakes up. She's like, "Mijo, mijo," you know, she's kind of exasperated or whatever. She's like, "Mijo, mijo." I wake up. I'm like, "What, mom?" I'm sleeping on the couch or whatever. She's like, "What, mom? What do you need?" You know, because she'd usually be uncomfortable, or she needs some water, or she needs some food, or she needs something, you know. "Mijo, mijo." You know, I'm like, "What, mom?" "I'm right here." And I don't know if she could see or not or whatever. She's like, "Mijo, mijo." You know, she's just looking in the distance, looking in the distance, looking in the distance. Like, damn. She says, I'm leaving, mijo. That's all she managed to say. I'm leaving. And I said, go ahead and go, Mom. Go ahead and go, Mom. We're all going to be okay. Go ahead and go, Mom. You fought a good fight, Mom. Go ahead and go. We're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And I promise that I'm going to be that person that I had changed for my family for. I'm going to continue to be that person. I'm going to continue to better myself, because at my youth, I wasn't the best person. I wasn't the best son. But who's perfect, But I was rambunctious. I would rebel. I would, this, that, the other. But my mom always loved me. She was always there. So she tells me I'm leaving. So I'm like, go ahead and go, Mom. She goes back to sleep. The next day, I had been in an accident like maybe 2 weeks, 3, I don't know, sometime prior to that. Probably on the 5th of May, I think somebody had hit me or whatever. So I had to go to therapy in the morning. So I leave the therapy. I go and do my therapy thing, and I'm doing things I got to take care of, because I don't know, what this is. The pressure's there. It's like whatever you could do when you leave, do it, because once we're there with my mom, you can't leave. You can't go do anything. You have to, you have to be there. It's your turn. It's your shift. So I'm taking care of things. I'm moving around. My sister texts me. She's like, what are you doing? And I was, running some errands, doing some things I had to do. And I was like, I'm running some errands. She's like, Mom needs you now. But I never knew what that now meant. She never emphasized. She never. I guess she just wanted me to make it there safely or whatever. She didn't tell me my mom was dying. Until later, I get a text from one of her friends from my sister's phone that, or a text or a call, something I can't really recall, but they're like, come over here now. So start dropping things and doing the things that I'm doing or whatever. I live in a different little town that my sisters live in, so it's like boom, boom, boom. Getting the stuff that I need, getting a different pair of clothes. By the time I get there, I know, because my brother-in-law called me, but I was like, they've already told me, like she needs me right now. So I guess she was just going through it. But like I said, since my mom and I almost lost my mom so many times that I never wanted to hold on or entertain that thought that she would be gone. So it was like, so basically it was just holding the faith, right? It's like, I'm not going to lose her. I'm not going to lose her. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But this was the time, y'all. This was the time. This was the time, So I get there. I'll pull up. My brother-in-law opens the door. I could tell by how he opened the door. Because he'd always be like, he's always happy to see me or whatever. And, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Da, 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 da. And this time it wasn't like that. So I knew. I go in there. The room's full of people. I thank you to God. Thank you to all those people that were there. Thank you. Eternally grateful. Thank you. Thank you forever. Thank you. I go in there. I'm hugging my sisters. I'm looking at my mom's chest because it looks like she's asleep, but I'm looking at her chest. It's not moving, but then she was so thin that you really can't tell. You really have to look hard, but she's not moving. It's not moving. And I'm like, my mom passed. I'm looking at her. I'm like, she looks so peaceful, though. So peaceful. I've never seen her so peaceful in so many years. So I go to hug her. And yeah, body temperature's already being lost, everything. My sister, they always knew, we always had this thing that if something happens to mom, what are we going to do? We were always like, before we call the ambulance, before we call this, that, the other, the coroner, anything, whatever, that we will be able to see her and be with her and be with the body, be with her, after she passed, and just go through our things as a family should. And that's what my sisters did. So they hadn't called anybody. So I just let it out. Boom. That's my mom. Boom. Crying, hugging her, kissing her, looking at her arms, looking at her body. And it's a wrap, After I went ahead and shed what I had, shed the tears that I had to share for my mom. You know, my sister's like, what do we do now? You ready to call the people? To ready to call the police? Are you ready to call the ambulance? Are you ready to call, you know, emergency services? And I'm like, yeah. But my mom always told me, she's like, everything's gonna be okay, mijo. Everything's gonna be okay. And until she, you know, until she returned back to God, because this is what I choose to believe, until she went back home, did I really know how much that she was holding on for us, you know? And maybe because she didn't want to leave us. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But my mom was the strongest person that I've ever known. She was my best friend. She was my everything. Like I said, I have no kids. I'm not married or anything like that. You know, I was just studying the last 10, 15 years of my life. These last 15 years or so, we've been going at it. We've been going at it hard. 13 years, something like 13 years, 14 years, something like that. So I finally knew what the real word non-attachment really meant. Finally, when my mom wasn't here anymore, you know, because I didn't have her. Now it's like, now what? That was your happiness, right? And so is this the whole purpose of this video? Now what? So, what now? Hold on to your loved ones. Hold on to your support systems. Consciousness. Remember, you are not the mind. We are love. We are supposed to be in our heart space, heart chakra. We are love. We are here to love. And that's it. We're learning to be good humans. We're learning to see what it's all about. We're practicing non-attachment. We're practicing how to have joy by ourselves. That's where I'm at now. It's November. I mean November. It's March 6th, 2023. We're coming around a year of my mom being gone, and every day you have to do something to make you feel better. If your body feels better, exercise. You have to exercise. If more oxygen, more into your cells, you try to avoid to get sick. Please, if there's anything you can get from this message, is try to avoid getting sick. Take care of yourself. Nobody's going to take care of yourself like you can take care of yourself. So take care of yourself. Love yourself. I would give so much of myself to everybody else that I would forget about myself. I almost died. I don't know how many times during this experience with my mom. I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't drink water. I wouldn't nothing. I was so stressed out. I would cry all the time. I couldn't hold my frequency. I couldn't have joy. I couldn't be happy. My family was always there, but I would self-isolate, you know. That's just what I do, you know. But now that I've gone through this experience, I know that you have to lean on people sometimes, you know. It's very hard to hold that light and to hold that frequency and to be that light all the time, you know. Sometimes you got to lean on somebody, which I've started to lean on my sisters. I've started to lean on my friends a little bit more. I'm starting to go out into the world a little bit more. I had no choice, so I wouldn't go out into the world. What am I going to go out into the world for if I'm sad? You know, I'm not going to be happy. I don't like to fake the funk. I never did that. You know, so if I'm happy, I'm going to go do something. If I'm not, what the hell am I doing out there? So cancer can't, well, I don't want to say that. Let me just say the C word can't exist in an alkaline environment. Do your research on that. That will help everybody. I know that there's certain words we, you know, whatever on this platform. So just the C word, you know what I'm talking about now. You know what I mean? That can't exist in an alkaline body. That can't, you know, it has no place for the C word to, nowhere for it to be hosted. You know, it's like, you know, the C word kind of needs a place to live, a place to reside. sugar, all kinds of things can be a host for that C word to, so look into that. Be smart. This video isn't for everybody. It's for those people on the Ascension path. I'm not for everybody. I'm human just like y'all going through the Ascension path. Just trying to put that my testimony out there on the experience that I went through with my mom. Any questions, any questions that you might have, I'm here to be of service now. We're trying to step into our, into what I always envisioned that I would need to do to assist this planet to ascend to a higher level of awareness. And that's what we are doing now. Much love and appreciation from Houston. Wherever you are in the world, the universe loves you. And you have something to contribute to the universe. Find out what that is. Find out what makes you happy. Even if you're not contributing, be the best person you can be for yourself. Even if you're not gonna make videos or nothing like that, be happy. Hold that frequency. Don't be sad. The happier you are, the higher you are in frequency. The sadder you are, the lower you are in frequency. So, depending on what frequency you're vibrating at, is where you are. You can be in heaven, or you can be in hell. Down here, heaven or hell. The choice is up to you. Much love and appreciation from Houston. Like my brother says, that has been a guide of mine for a very long time, and I know he knows who he is. He makes my organite and all that. You know what I mean? We are, my other brother is another brother I follow too. That makes the bracelets. Yeah, we already, you know what I mean? But anyway, love and appreciation from Houston. I hope this video helps to realize that you can get through it, that you can, that life does go on. You have no choice. So to realize this, life goes on. So be prepared for anything and be happy regardless of whatever happens. After this, I believe you have another experience after you die. I feel like you have something else that you're going to. So the video is getting a little long. I never made a video before. I don't know how much how much this is gonna take up on my phone or nothing like that. So let's end it there. Much love and appreciation from Houston, and much love and light to all my brothers out there, Team Light, and everybody out there doing the thing and holding space for this planet. Much love, my brother Rion. Much love, my brother. You know who you are. To the Dr. Armando that helped me. Much love to y'all. Much love and appreciation to my sisters and my family that was there. My brother-in-laws. That girl that was always there. Much love and appreciation always. And we'll see you later. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.